Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody is going to have a great Sunday today and, whatever it may be, whether you're relaxing at home and getting things done before work starts tomorrow and your kids go back to school, or you're having fun and doing something fun today. No matter what it may be, I hope you guys have a good Sunday. I myself am just getting done drinking my coffee, and I'm getting stuff around for my youngest's birthday party today. I gotta wrap the rest of her gifts and cook and all that good stuff. So that's what my game plan is for the day. To be doing that. So she's looking forward to her birthday party. But before anything, I am reading my devotional for the morning, and I just wanted to share it with you. So today it's talking about, are you trusting or worrying? It says, lean on, trust in, and be confident in the Lord with all your heart and mind, and do not rely on your own insight or understanding. Proverbs 3:5. So many times we say we are trusting God, but our minds are worrying. As the above verse confirms, we are to trust the Lord not only with our hearts, but also with our minds. What do you allow your mind to do when you have problems? Do you worry and try to figure things out, or do you leave them in God's capable hands? If you operate in the mind of the Spirit, trusting God instead of worrying, you can have the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, which is Philippians 4:7. You can have unspeakable joy right in the middle of terrible trials and tribulations. Trusting God instead of worrying releases joy in us and provides answers to our problems. The power thought for this would be, I trust in and lean on God with all my heart and my mind. I feel like this one was meant for me today or something. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I will open it up and it's randomly on a page that I needed to read or something. And in this one, it's talking about worrying so much and stop worrying so much and to trust in God, that thing's going to work out. And, I do trust in God myself. I do worry a lot too, though. So, I feel like I said, I feel like that might be speaking to me because I worry too much. I have really bad anxiety, and I have really bad PTSD from, all kinds of stuff going on in my life. And that's just something I always do. Worrying is what I always do, especially with my kids. It's not really so much about me, it's my kids. That's what it always comes down to, is just me worrying, am I doing right for the kids, or are the kids, getting picked on in school, or whatever it may be. I'm always worrying, and I need to stop maybe worrying so much about stuff. It's a good thing to worry, especially when you're worrying about the aspect of your kids' safety and everything. Obviously worry about it, but sometimes I really stress myself out about it. Sometimes, the things that happened to me in the past, sometimes I'm so scared that they will happen to my kids that I worry so much, and it really makes me sick, physically ill sometimes. And, I know that's something I need to work on. And like I said, I do believe in God and I do trust in God, but it's that little bit of just that comes over me when it has to do with my kids. But I am focusing on letting everything just be in God's hands. A few years ago, when we were having it really, really rough, before I started social media and just everything, we were having it really, really rough. And my worrying was so bad that I would literally make myself I wouldn't make myself throw up, but my stress was so bad from worrying that I would throw up all the time. And I physically just made myself sick from worrying. And that's a huge thing. It really happens. And it's not good. And I have done that. So a few years ago when this all happened, it got to that point where I literally didn't have a choice but to put on my big girl pants and to stop caring. And when I mean stop caring, obviously I still cared. I still worried, how are the bills going to be paid? How's this going to be done? How's this, how that? But when I stopped physically making myself think about it all the time And I literally just was like, you know what? I can't worry about it anymore. Like, I'm putting it in God's hands. I physically, literally have no idea in how in the world we made it. As long as we made it without me doing the social media and everything. But we did. And like I said, I was stressing out really bad. And I got to that point where I was literally just like, you know what, God, like I can't stress about it anymore. Like I'm praying that you are really here watching over me and my kids, because I really need it. And that's where it was at. I got to that point, and I did. I stopped worrying. I went on and I just went about my life. I tried to do the social media stuff, and I just spent time with my kids, and tried to focus on just trying to be happy versus worrying and stressing all the time. Even though I did have a reason to worry and stress, obviously, bills are a huge thing and whatnot, but somehow I made it. Somehow we made it. I can't tell you how. Like, I still did everything that I needed to do, and I still bust my butt, and I still, did what I needed to do, but somehow we made it out. And I'll tell you what, after that time in my life is when I realized, that yes, worrying is okay. And I'm going to have my worry spurts, especially some things I'm going to worry more than others. But it really made me realize in that time, in that moment in my life, that you really can just leave it to God. The way I think of things is God already has our life story already written. We just have to find it, and we just have to do it. We just don't know what that is. And that's why we worry a lot, because we don't really know what our future holds and everything. But I am a believer that God does. And like I said, that our story is already written for us. And I believe that helps a lot. So when I'm stressing out, I just think like that, like, hey, God's got me. He got me. And it helps me a lot. So, if you're going through a really, really hard time the way I was a few years ago, and we all have hard times, and you're just really on your, your last, whatever it may be, and you're so worried, and, you don't know how you're going to make it or whatever it may be, like, it's okay. Take a deep breath. You got this. Leave it to God. Go and be happy. Everything will work out. And I promise you it will. Everything will work out the way it should. So that being said, I hope you guys all have a good rest of your Sunday. I'm going to be enjoying spending time with my kiddos and my family at her birthday party. So yeah, we will talk to you guys later. Bye.